Dogman, listen up. You're the only one that can stop him. With all your kung fu skills and your canine fortitude and whatnot, no time to waste. Stop it. Will you get out of here? Go and arrest Petey, and I don't care if it takes a montage. This is Petey, the world's evilest cat. But to capture him, we need to unbox all the Dogman figures. The challenge begins now. Petey just set a bomb. Greg the dog, hit the siren. Green, red, green. Wait, aren't dogs colorblind? Wee-oo, wee-oo.
What if we sew the dog's head onto the man's body? Great idea!
Dogman! And soon a brand new crime-fighting sensation was released. Part man, part dog, all hero. Yes, there's a new breed of hero in town, and his name is Dogman. With a triangular-shaped body, silly hat, cute little dog ears, and dots for eyes, Dogman's adorable. Like the book, his mouth is just a black line when it's closed. When he opens it up, you see his tongue inside. Oh, Dogman! Let's get ready to Roomba!
How evil can one cat be?
Pretty evil! Dogman's head rotates, moves up and down a bit, but there's no head pivot. His ears fully rotate, and they pivot as well. His arms fully rotate and pivot outward. He bends at the elbows, plus there's rotation. His wrists rotate and pivot. His legs have a limited range of motion. He bends at the knees with knee rotation. His feet can also rotate. Enough about this Dogman. I've got to take over the world. Dogman can stand on his own. Dogman includes 3 accessories. Here's a look at his sunglasses. Let's see him wear those cool black shades. Pretty cool, huh? If we're gonna catch some criminals, we need these handcuffs. They'd be perfect for Petey. Dogman can hold the cuffs in his hand. Lastly, we have a small yellow tennis ball with Greg written on it. Let's put the ball in his mouth. Dogs love balls. You can't have Dogman without a cast of characters. Collectors and fans were checking out the Dogman Super Cool Figure Pack from Jack's Pacific, retailing for $14.94 to $19.99. What about a main villain? Enough about this Dogman. It's time to stop this super cop. Oh, how cute is 2.5-inch scale Petey? Bestowed with the title of World's Most Evilest Cat, I love Petey's look with a wide-open mouth. He's got some pearly whites, protruding black whiskers, a striped look, and a twisty tail. Petey's head rotates, his arms rotate and pivot outward, his legs move with greater range of motion, and his tail moves. But Petey couldn't stop Dogman on his own. I gotta do something to get rid of that Dogman. I need someone who thinks like me. I need another me! Ha ha ha, yeah!
Papa?
Talk about cuteness overload with Lil Petey. Lil Petey has the simplicity of the drawings from the book. He's an orange cat with black stripes on his body and tail. He's also got little whiskers. Lil Petey's actually a clone of Petey. He's often described as pure-hearted and a force for good. Lil Petey rotates his head. Sadly, he doesn't move his little arms, feet, or tail. We're destined to be villains.
Ooh, is that fun?
So much fun.
Yay!
Hey, little cat, go destroy Dogman. But Lil Petey had other plans.
Dogman, can you read me a story?
Since Lil Petey failed, Petey drew up the next plan. Meanwhile, the chief wanted to see Dogman. Dogman, you only have one job to do. Keep your eyes on those monitors. Here's 2.5-inch scale Chief. Chief is the head of the police department and Dogman's boss. His uniform consists of a blue shirt with a yellow badge and a hat that says Chief. He has a black zigzag mustache and a round nose. He can be bossy, forgetful, and impulsive, but he's lovable. Chief rotates his head. His arms rotate and pivot outward. His legs move, but with limited range. His foot also rotates. So if somebody breaks out your favorite chew toy and waves it around, you look at the monitors. And if somebody just happens to have an eastern gray squirrel, you look at the monitor. Here's 2.5-inch scale Dogman. Part dog, part man, all hero. Dogman's head rotates, his arms rotate and pivot outward. Although his legs move, their range is limited. His foot also rotates. But Petey needed another plan. Petey sprayed a dead fish with living spray, but some of it landed on a factory.
Woohoo!
The entire factory's coming to life! Arise, my beastly building, arise! Look, it's Fatty Fishface. Flippy the fish is possibly the only dead fish villain. I love Flippy's colorful and shiny paint. He has those claw-like arms. A clear display stand with a ball joints included. Flippy has moving arms. With the ball-jointed display stand, you can position him in various ways. Yes, come on! Ha 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 ha! Gooba gaba! A building came to life and it's about to attack. Dogman got an idea. Salad dressing. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Crash, crash, the building slipped on the dressing. Petey's evil plot was foiled again. But Petey didn't give up. His evilest contraption was now complete. Every good story needs a villain. Meet Petey, the world's evilest cat. Let's get him unboxed. Dogman began to run. Zoo, zoo. Go on and run. You haven't got a chance. Dogman got an idea. Petey has a big head with pointy cat ears, a big old smile with exposed teeth, and flexible black cat whiskers. His orangish body is covered in black stripes, and he has a tail. Dogman got an idea. The vacuum followed Dogman into the sea. Petey's head rotates, moves up and down a bit, and there's even some head pivot. His arms fully rotate and pivot outward. He bends at the elbows, and there's elbow rotation. His wrists rotate and pivot. His legs have a limited range of motion. He bends at the knees with knee rotation. His feet rotate, and his tail rotates. Petey can stand on his own. Petey includes 3 accessories: a whiteboard, a newspaper, and a remote. Let's check out the whiteboard. Pretty nicely detailed. It says, Super Secret Project, Destroy Dogman. What's cool? The whiteboard can flip to reveal a shopping list. Too bad the wheels don't actually move. Petey also comes with this newspaper. It states, City News, Dogman Rules. Petey can hold the newspaper in his hand. Petey also comes with this remote control with an antenna and a big red button. You can actually press the button. Petey can hold the remote in his hand. Damn, looks like he's up to no good. The vacuum drowned. I can't swim. No fair. Click. Rats. Dogman handcuffed Petey and threw him in jail. We kicked your Petey. Stop it. Okay. Why do you always gotta lick that inside of my mouth? Knuckles, no. Yeah. Let's kick off with Sonic, the video game icon and star of Sonic Movie 3. Meet 5-inch Sonic.
I'm Sonic, a little ball of super energy in an extremely handsome package.
Man, the blue hedgehog has never looked sweeter in figure form. I know it hasn't always been easy, but you didn't change who you are in here.
Yeah, in my lungs.
Check that out. He has those realistic green acrylic eyes that follow you. Really nice facial sculpt with that nose, mouth, and those ears. Notice he has translucent parts on his quills. Too bad they don't light up. He has a short, pointy tail. Nice paint in his chest area. Love the fur details throughout. Sonic's got on his white gloves and white socks. And he's even wearing his signature super speedy red and white striped Pumas. Check that out. He's even got details underneath the soles of his shoes. He features 22 points of articulation for dynamic action posing.
Quick stretch, little snack, and here we go.
Sonic rotates his head. He moves forward and backward with some head pivot. He moves at the abdomen with rotation and a crunch. He has arm movement, butterfly arm articulation, a bicep cut, and elbow movement. His wrists rotate and bend. Interestingly, his fingers can open and close. He has leg movement, thigh rotation, knee movement, and his ankles rotate and pivot. Sonic can stand on his own.
He is much more impressive than the hedgehog I fought previously.
Dude, I'm standing right here.
You're a colorful bunch.
Next, we have Shadow. Here's a quick look at the package. Let's get this bad boy unboxed. Shadow's a fierce and mysterious foe who's determined to accomplish his goals and won't let anything stand in his way. 5-inch Shadow looks like one badass villain. Shadow has red eyes with that acrylic look, a black nose with a tan muzzle, small triangular ears with tan canals. He's got 7 quills on the back of his head adorned with stylish red stripes and a short pointy tail. Love that white patch of fur on his chest. Like Sonic, he's also got those nice fur details. He's wearing white gloves, white and black hover shoes with red soles, plus undersole details. and he's accessorized with gold rings on his wrists and ankles. He just used a dude's face as a spring. Did you see that roundhouse kick? What a badass! Shadow took out the entire army. Shadow has 22 points of articulation for striking cool action poses. Shadow's head rotates, it moves forward and backward, and there's head pivot. He has arm movement, butterfly arm articulation, bicep rotation, and elbow bend. His wrists rotate and bend. Like Sonic, his fingers open and close. He has waist rotation, and he can do a crunch. He has leg movement, thigh rotation, and knee bend. His ankles rotate, pivot side to side, and move up and down. Shadow has no problem standing on his own.
This is sad, Robotnik. Even for you.
We need your help.
If I can't rule the world, I might as well save it!
Next, we have Dr. Robotnik. Let's quickly check out the package. Let's get him unboxed. Robotnik proves that you can't keep an evil genius down for long and sets his sights on world domination. No big deal. Man, check out 5-inch Robotnik. Bearing a resemblance to Jim Carrey from the movie, he literally looks like he leapt out of the Sonic movies and into the real world. He has that signature Civil War era inspired mustachio. Papa's got a brand new stash. Ha! Suction goggles with red lenses on his head and a bald head. They did a pretty good job with his eyes. Gotta love that smile of his. Love his stylish signature red and black flight suit. He's got on black gloves, black pants, and black shoes. Check out those cool details behind. I got him! I finally got him! Robotnik has 20 articulation points to bring him to life. Robotnik rotates his head. He has up and down movement and head pivot. He has arm movement, butterfly arm movement, outward arm pivot, bicep rotation, and elbow movement. His wrists rotate and bend, but his fingers don't move. He rotates at the waist and can crunch forward and backward. He has leg movement, knee bend, and a ball-jointed ankle. Robotnik can stand on his own.
Did your butt just turn into a helicopter?
A buttcopter! Oh, only Sonic the Hedgehog could come up with something like that.
Next up, we have Tails. Let's get him unboxed. Tails is Sonic's best bud. Using his brains, tons of gadgets, and of course his 2 tails, he'll do everything he can for his friends. Aw, how cute is 5-inch Tails? He has a fantastic facial sculpt that looks so happy and friendly. He's got 3 bangs protruding from his head. With those acrylic eyes, his blue eyes appear to follow you. He has white fur around his muzzle with cheek tufts and a painted mouth. Tails has his distinct twin tails due to a genetic mutation. In fact, he uses them to rotate like helicopter rotors. Like Sonic, Tails also has some nice fur details. He's wearing cuffed white gloves, white socks, and red and white shoes with gray soles. Tails sports 20 articulation points. Tails rotates his head. With up and down movement and some head pivot, he has arm movement, butterfly arm movement, outward arm movement, and elbow bend. His wrist rotates and bends. His fingers also move. He has leg movement and knee bend. His ankles rotate, pivot, and move up and down. His twin tails can move together, or you can move them individually. If you want Tails to stand, both tails need to be grounded. Otherwise, he just falls over with the weight of his tails.
Don't worry, I know exactly what to do.
Sonic collectors and fans, we've got our hands on the 2.5-inch movie gift pack retailing for $19.99. This pack includes Sonic, Knuckles, Shadow, Buzz Bomber, and drone accessories. Sorry, Tails isn't included. 2.5-inch Sonic looks super cute and expressive, but he's not accurate to the movie. His eyes look a bit off, to say the least. I actually prefer his look from Sonic Movie 2. Also, his quills seem to be a bit short. He's got nice paint with a clean stomach area, white gloves with open hands, and his signature red and white sneakers. Standing 2.5 inches tall, Shadow's easily my favorite figure in this collection. The sculpt, paint, and detailing are all really well done. He's got those cool red striped accents, accurate quills, that white patch of fur on his chest, one closed fist and one open one, ring accessories, and those super cool hover shoes. I actually really like this 2.5-inch Knuckles figure with that angry expression. He's a big improvement over the Sonic 2 Knuckles figure. especially that facial sculpt. He has a white crest-shaped patch on his chest. He's wearing 2 white boxing gloves with pointy spiked knuckles attached. Overall, he has a nice sculpt and paint with some red and yellow mountain boots. There are even details under his soles. A bee-based Baddock model created by Dr. Robotnik, 2.5-inch Buzz Bomber, looks pretty cool. It has a large, pronounced abdomen, a sharp red stinger, white plating, 2 rockets on either side, and a singular red eye for a head. It comes with a removable, transparent display stand. This drone accessory is also included as part of the set. It's lacking paint detailing on the exterior. What's cool? It can open and close its wings for added play value. Let's talk articulation. Sonic rotates his head, he moves his arms, and has outward pivot. He moves his legs, his feet rotate. Shadow moves his head, he moves his arms with outward pivot. He also moves his legs and feet rotate. Knuckles moves his head, his arms move and pivot outward, his legs move, and his feet can move. Buzz Bomber's head can move, his neck also moves.